All right, the certificate of non-citizen nationality. Got a little bit of reading to do, but let's do it. The Department of State occasionally receives requests for certificates of non-citizen national status pursuant to Section 341B of the Immigration and Nationality Act. That is Title 8 of the U.S. Code. As defined in the INA, all U.S. citizens are U.S. nationals, but only a relatively small number of persons acquire U.S. nationality without becoming U.S. citizens. Section 101 of the INA defines the term national as a person owing permanent allegiance to a state. Section 101A22 of the INA provides that the term national of the United States includes all U.S. citizens as well as persons who, though not citizens of the United States, owe permanent allegiance in the United States as non-citizen nationals. So, U.S. citizens and U.S. nationals are one and the same. You don't want that. All right. So now let's get into what you do want. Section 308 of the INA confers U.S. nationality, but not U.S. citizenship on persons born in an outlying possession of the United States or born of a parent or parents who are non-citizen nationals who meet certain physical presence or residence requirements. The term outlying possessions of the United States is defined in Section 101 of the INA as American Samoa and Swains Islands. No other statutes define any other territories or any of the states as outlying possessions. I'm going to skip down a little bit because this section here talks about the Northern Mariana Islands, the infamous Public Law 94-241. This is for those who are born in the U.S. And you've seen this in the trustee minutes number 4 when you make your declaration of nationality as to which country you were born in. Now, there's another one for those born outside of the United States, such as, for example, your fiance in Jamaica. She would use Public Law 99-395, something like that. It's in the minutes. But here we go. As the department has received few requests, there is no justification for the creation of a non-citizen national certificate. Designing a separate document that includes anti-fraud mechanisms was seen as an inefficient expenditure of resources. They're showing you that they do not want to give you a document that's separate from the world. You have to blend in. Therefore, the department determined that those who would be eligible to apply for such a certificate may instead apply for a United States passport that would delineate and certify their status as a national, but not a citizen of the United States. Now, this is for those who are outside of the United States. If a person believes he or she is eligible under the law as a non-citizen national of the United States, and the person complies with the provisions of Section 341B of the INA, she may apply for a passport at any passport agency or acceptance facility in the United States. Now, let me transition to DS 4194 form. This is what we all use to authenticate our birth certificates. Look at this. They've updated it. It is different. So those of you that have people out of the country and you want to bring them in on business visas, you have to make their declaration of nationality in the form of an affidavit first, get it notarized, put it in the paper, take the certificate of that paper and put it into the county records, recorder's clerk office as an affidavit. Get a certified copy of that, and then you send it to the Secretary of State to be authenticated under a non-Hague Convention country such as Thailand or Taiwan. They will then give you proof of that back, and guess what? Now you send that entire packet to the U.S. Department of State using this form, because they just told you they are not going to give you a certificate of non-citizen national certificate. They're not going to give it to you. So you have to get it yourself. You'll place all the information in your foreign trustee's name or the foreigner's name, the country use of outside the US, which is going to be Thailand or Taiwan. Now, here's the important part. What document are you going to use? It would be a certified court record, because the recorder's clerk is a clerk of the court. They are an immigration officer operating within a naturalization court. And your spouse, your fiance, when she makes this such declaration with the county, it's already done with the court. Now you just have to follow it up the chain. County, Secretary of State, and lastly, the U.S. Department of State. They are going to authenticate it, give you that gold seal, and that is how you get your certificate of non-citizen national status. When you have that, she can travel everywhere. That acts as a passport for her to come in and out of the States, as long as she has her business visa to go with it. All right. So that is exactly what you want to do. So you sent off some documentation to her, to the Secretary of State or U.S. Department of State. Now you're going to know there's some extra steps that you have to do to make sure that this is right. Clear?
Oh, thank you, Avery. Thank you. I was trying to unmute. What's the name of that form? I was trying to write it down.
ES, D as in dog, S as in Sam, 4194.
4194. Because the crazy thing, the whole time I'm researching, I've found they used to have the forms to actually apply for the certificate of non-U.S. citizen, but then they took it away. So I've been searching and digging and just trying to find it. I was like, I tried to book a consultation and all this stuff. But long story short, my question is to what you just said. Is it possible for us to do, once we get the proof of certificate of non-citizen, can she also go and apply for a American visa? Passport.
No. In order to do that, she would have to surrender her nationality. So I would suggest she keep her Jamaican nationality and just continue to operate off of visas. Now, if you don't want to do this every 6 months, then you can move forward with what's called the E2 visa. There's a 2-year stay for that one. And there's an unlimited opportunity there to just continuously extend it, which means she would not have to go back home to get it approved. She can do that while she's still here on the North American continent.
Got you.
So let's say it expires in 24 months. Make your extension in month 20. That way they have time to approve it.
Got you. So what if a child is involved in that situation? But I'm assuming do the same thing?
Same thing for the children.
Same thing for the children.
If the children are born there in another country, yes. But if they're born here, then the process that we are most likely all doing for us,
right, would apply
that
to
would
them.
be applied to them. Yeah.